So the horns are going to kind of be like the feet. They are going to start out, I'm actually going to use the latch hook. You guys got the idea a little bit earlier on the different hooks and everything. So this point, I prefer the latch hook for this next step. You can do it on the normal Rainbow Loom hook. It's going to be a little more difficult, but it is manageable. But we're going to be starting out by hand doing 5 loops around. So since it's going to get really tight, it's a lot easier to use this style of hook. So we'll take one band and loop it around, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that you see 5 layers of bands there. Now, if you got a latch hook, you want to slide it back past the little latch area. This is equal to our cap band. Then we're going to do 1 band doubled, 1B2X. Slide that cap band, that loop of 5 onto it, and reclaim. Going to do that 2 more times. So 1 band doubled, reclaim, and 1 band doubled, slide that on, and reclaim. Sometimes you'll see me kind of shaking it back and forth. That kind of helps straighten a lot of the bands here and make it even on both sides. So that's why I am doing that. 2B1X. So 2 bands. We're gonna put the previous onto that and reclaim those. The other way is to stick a finger in and pull the one side up. This side's going up and this side's going down, and that'll help to straighten it too. 4B1X. Next one is 4 bands. That's a broken band. Alright. I like the latch hook too, because when you're working with 4 bands at a time, it really has a nice hook end that catches the bands pretty well. The Rainbow Loom hook has a really good end too. The crochet hook, if you're using that hook and you only have that one, it might be a little difficult at this point. Okay. Then we are going to put the bands onto the board and split it apart like we were doing earlier. Alright, so we'll connect all 4 bands, 2 pegs across. I can use either hook, it's going to be a little easier with the normal Rainbow Loom hook here. Grab the top 2 bands, move them down. You want to grab the same bands on this other side. You can kind of see the ones that are diagonal, so grab those, move them down. We have this nice even little split here. I'll take 4 more bands, go around the outer edge, and we'll loop those. Let me see, split like 4, repeat twice. Take another 4 bands and we'll repeat that same step. So put it around all 4 pegs and loop those. Bottom 2 bands out, up and over. Alright, so now we want to put that onto 2 holding sticks like we did the other pieces. We'll take 1 holding stick in one side. Just like we did the other, we want 2 different sticks holding it. We'll take another holding stick in the other side. And we have a large horn. We can set that horn aside. Okay, now we will do the small horn. And we'll take the latch hook for that one. We will start with a 5 times around band, just like before. Make sure you got 5 loops there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push that back. Do 1 band doubled. And we'll take 2 bands. It's a little bit different than the last one here. We'll take 4 bands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, don't close too early on me. Lots of bands. Alright. Okay. Then, after we've got the 4 bands, we will want to split it and put it on the board like we've been doing with the others. And after we've put it on the board, just like the others, we'll take the top 2 bands and move them down. And then we'll put 1 layer around all 4 pegs. And loop the bottom 2 bands, out, up, and over. And that is the small horn. So at that point, you can go ahead and put them on 2 more holding sticks there. I like to put all my pieces on different sticks, just because it makes it a little bit easier to work with when attaching it to my project later, because it does get pretty extensive on some of the attaching measures. Alright, so there is the small horn. We've got ears and a tail left. Okay, so put those off on the side to wait for later. Now let's do the ears. No, yeah, let's do the ears next. Alright, to do the ears, we'll want to add our next row in, and we'll want to do it so it is staggered like that. And then it doesn't matter where you start, really, as long as you got space for 3 bands, so it's not going to take much room on this one. I'll start at the top, though, anyway. Start at the top right, and this is going to be 1 band doubled. And we'll do that 3 times, going down. That one feels a little thinner than I'd like. doubled right there as well, in that middle row. We'll take one band for a cap. We'll do a 3 times cap on that. So that's 1, 2, and 3. Go in and we'll grab both bands there, but instead of going up to that peg like we normally would, we're going to go over to the side there. We're going to continue on the left side here and go straight up now. Then we're going to go up on the right side. We're going to take that off. We're going to move it over to the right peg that we just wove up to. And we're going to loop that one the rest of the way up, making sure to get all of those bands in there. That is one ear. We'll need to put that on a holding stick. We need to get some more sticks out here. And when I'm using them like this and the bands are that tight on the board, I'm just going to slide it through the side, making sure that it gets all the bands in there. It's just going to stick off on the side. Then I'm going to take the crochet hook and release it that way because they're really tight with the non-hook end. Alright. So readjust as needed. Got this one band really sticking out here. So to combat things like that, if you just pull on the other two bands, kind of shrink them up. Alright. Now we have a little ear. The other ear we can actually, I think, put on the same stick. Yeah. Well, maybe. Might want to put it on a separate stick. I forget how I put it together for a second here. Alright, so now we need to make one more ear. So I'll probably fast forward here. Can always change it if need be later on. And now we need to make the tail. So again, since we're starting with a 5x loop, I'm going to use the latch hook. So I'll grab a single band, wrap it around 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 5 layers there. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 times. We will do 1 B2X. So 1 band doubled. And as you keep doing it, it's actually, since we're doing it by hand too, going to give a little bit of a curve to the tail. That's kind of cool because that's just what we wanted to do too. You can see here how mine's actually starting to curve there. And then we'll want to put that on a holding stick. Alright, we'll put that with our little collection of pieces now. Alright, I think with that we've made all of our mini pieces and we are ready to start on the large piece. Actually, as I think about it, we could probably prepare just a couple more pieces here. Yeah, why don't we prepare as well the eyes and the nostrils. We'll need a couple more blacks for that. We'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more blacks, and a ton more gray because we're like using almost a whole package of gray. So, for the nostril, we'll take a single band and we'll wrap it around our hook. So there are 3 bands, and we will slide that onto 1 gray band. Now, if you want, you can keep it just like that and put it over on the side. It's not really going to come apart with only 3, or you can put it on a holding stick. I'm just going to put it off to the side like that. I'll do that one more time. So wrapping it around so there are 3 black bands there. Onto a gray. And put it aside. And that will be our 2 nostrils. Then we'll take 2 black bands and we'll actually wrap that around 1, 2, 3 times, creating 4 sets of bands there. We'll slide that back. Put that on a gray band. 1 band doubled. And then we'll keep it on our finger and we'll slide 1 set back there. I guess if you need to take it off your finger, you could put it temporarily onto a holding stick. You take a second band there and you'll slide those first 2 bands onto that second set of bands. And then that is what you'll put on your holding stick. Those 2 bands right there. Then we'll take the other side from our finger, put that onto our hook. We'll take another single gray band. We'll slide that set of bands onto that, reclaim that one, and slide your holding stick into that. So now you have an eye. We're going to make a second one of those and we'll put that on another stick there. So you can follow along with me. Go a little faster this time, I'll speed it up. there we have our second eye. Now all of that can be done on the normal rainbow loom hook or the crochet hook or different hooks like that. It's just a lot quicker with the little latch hook there. Alright, so that is our 2 eyes and our 2 nostrils. So now we'll take the board and we'll actually take that middle layer back out again. And now we are going to, let me show you as well what we're going to use in a minute here. This is, hopefully it's not too close for the camera here. See if I can push it down some. This is Twinkling Snow Fluff, which we do sell at our store as well. So if you want, I don't know if this is on the website yet. I'll make sure it gets out there pretty soon. But you can see the details here. It's recyclable. All of that good stuff. It's got some little sparkly strands in it. You can kind of see that one hopefully right there. And I find that this actually makes great fluff for stuffing into your creations when you want to make them gushy and 3D like this little rhino is going to be. So that's the stuffing I use. You can use cotton balls, you can use rubber bands, you can use tissues, you can use anything like that, but I find that stuffing is pretty good stuffing there. Alright, so to continue on, or start the body.